This week back in Parliament after the Easter recess has been an extraordinary week by any standards. We've had debates and discussions and statements on everything from Syria and military action to anti-Semitism, gender equality, and also the Windrush generation. Outside Parliament, of course, there's a huge amount of activity in London because this is the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, bringing together 45 heads of state and about 8 other heads of government, with the Queen hosting the whole thing. And this really matters to us because the Commonwealth are all countries who share our values, language and systems to a very large extent. We're trying to look at how we can do both more business with them, more trade and provide more jobs around the Commonwealth, but also how we tackle really big issues like malaria, where a child every 3 minutes dies of malaria somewhere in the Commonwealth, about 3,000 a day. And I went to an amazing malaria summit last night where government after government lined up to work with the Bill Gates Foundation and others like our own international development team to see what could be done. But on the human side, there is an issue which could affect some of my constituents in Gloucester and many people potentially around the country. It's what's known as the Windrush generation, people from the Caribbean who came over to Britain from 1948 onwards in the ship the Windrush originally, and then settled here in Britain as British citizens at the time. Now, some of these constituents of mine and others may not have the documentation that proves that they're British citizens, and that's where the Home Office, trying to tighten up on illegal immigration, has rather clumsily, in my view, sent letters and done things with some people from the Windrush generation which are unacceptable. So I put out a statement and a press release making it absolutely clear that we, Gloucester, are one city, one big community made up of lots of smaller communities, of whom the pre-1973 Caribbean immigrants are one very important and much treasured part of our city. And I will make sure that none of them runs into problems on this whatsoever. But I need their help in contacting me if they're in any doubt about their status, so that we can look into it with the Home Office and sort it all out. That's also good news in one sense in the Commonwealth Week, where the Queen as head of the Commonwealth is hosting all these countries, and it's important that they feel reassured that we will do our absolute best to make sure that none of them get into problems inadvertently on this immigration status issue. So the Commonwealth, the Windrush generation, all the other things going on, it's been a really important week to be back in Parliament, and I hope that this new way of communicating with you is a useful one. Thanks.